this age and time when it is getting impossible to find out what is true and what is a lie, we're living in an age called the post-truth age. Fake news is a reality. The responsibilities of brave, audacious, honest filmmakers to go there on the ground, pluck out stories from the hearts of the people who live there, and then, with great responsibility, with great dedication, give expression to what is playing out in your backyard. The child asks, why don't you tell us? Isn't this what we all are asking? Why don't you tell us? How do we run our lives when you don't have one single source through which you will get what is anything close to the truth? Storytellers, filmmakers have been the torchlights. They have been the source of inspiration. They have instilled hope. They have shown the direction to a lost society. Recently we all saw what happened in Christchurch. 49 people were massacred. And it was a crafted for social media event. The internet was a platform. Everybody in every part of the world prostrated before that unit which came into their homes and started distributing it. Terrible times. And then it's a tragedy that a film like No Father in Kashmir, a filmmaker who puts his film together has to run from pillar to post, beg people to get it through. What are we trying to do? In this age and time, is there anything called censorship? What is this picture saying? It is saying, I have the audacity to look at the truth. The greatest epic which mankind has been blessed with, the Mahabharata, came from the battle of Kurukshetra. In that moment of darkness, he who locks the eyes with the darkness discovers a light which Ashwin has discovered in this movie. And I think that light is very important to reach the people. So it is this that makes me stand here, applaud this filmmaker, and say, India is safe as long as filmmakers like this are alive.
When I read the film, the first thought that came to my mind is, oh my God, here is a man who knows Kashmir like nobody else that I've ever come across before. We've made so many films on Kashmir, and some of them have been wonderful films, but they've always been sort of, peppered with or sort of checkered with a lot of other things and, issues and, action or drama or love story or whatever. But here, I think, was a very simple film that I read, which talked about the real Kashmir. The people in Kashmir who are not leading dramatic lives. They're not in the forefront. They're not in politics. They're not on Twitter every day. But they live in the villages. They don't have a voice. They have a lot of heartbreak that they've gone through. And here is a film that speaks about their lives and them. And so this is why I felt that this film is so important that come what may, I would of course love to be a part of it, but even otherwise, this is a very important film that needs to be made. And hats off to Ashwin for bringing. Also, it's a film which is not very, you see the trailer and you think, oh, it's a very serious film. It's a wonderfully humorous film apart from all the, other things in it. It is also a love story. So it's so many things, and it really deserves to get the censor certificate and be watched by people. The other thing I feel very strongly about is about reality, truth, and facts. Truth has many faces. Your truth is different to my truth. But reality and facts they exist. You can't wish them away, no matter what you do. So my feeling is if we can have discussions and debates in Parliament, on television, here, there, everywhere, books come out about reality, about the reality of Kashmir particularly. Why can't we have films on that? I'm a great believer in the healing power of truth. And I feel the people of Kashmir really deserve that in their lives today. They deserve acknowledgement of what they've gone through. They deserve to be understood. They deserve to be healed. And one of the ways we can do this, apart from what, government outreach programs and all kinds of other things, one of the ways we can do this is through cinema. So this is that. That is also why I feel this film is so, so important. And I pray that things go well for it as it goes along.
Everything has a grey side. There's a black and white to everything. Here's a filmmaker who's trying to tell you that there are greys in the region which we need to pay attention to and which we need to know about. We have the right to know about. We should know about. When I shot in Kashmir one day, it's a small anecdote. I walked out in costume and the line producer told me, "Sir, bahar mat jaiye, koi patthar phek dega." And I was aghast. I was like, if I'm wearing an Indian Army's costume, why will people... it's a very small thing, but it just gave me perspective about so many things which I had never thought of. And even as an actor, it was... Yeah, so I'm really grateful to him. And I always will be, because I have a lot of love and regard for him as a filmmaker. And this film will always be special for me from that point of view. Also, he's an actor. And he's making his debut here, let's not forget. And he's done a really solid performance. I enjoy film as a director's medium, but it's amazing to have a director who has a sense of the craft of acting. And when you'll see this film, you'll realize why he manages to take out the performances that he does, because he himself is so good at it. Having said that, the child in me is a huge fan of Kulbhushan Kharbanda and Soni Razdan, so the moment I knew that they're in the film, I wanted to go there.
My intention is to feel something, and using my craft, hope that you might feel the same thing at that moment that I want you to feel it. The rest is up to the forces of society as they move, and in our particular time, as you very rightly point out, this word patriotism has become very troublesome. My patriotism is very clear. It lies in telling the truth. Because as a person who sees something wrong, if I tell the truth, then I create an opportunity for that wrong to be corrected. If we start correcting all the wrongs, we become a better country. We give more opportunities to our young people. We create better institutions and have a more robust polity. This is my patriotism. My patriotism doesn't lie in branding, in sloganeering, in false aspirations, and my particularly patriotism does not lie in calling members of my own country the other and harassing anybody who doesn't believe in a very narrow-minded way of looking at the world.